Why, hello. Okay, so I'll be going live. Well, I went live. Not I will be going. I went live. Look at how live I am. So live right now. I do have haunt stuff to do, or shop stuff to do. Um, right now, my shop stuff is me making a beverage so that I have shop stuff I'm doing. For the record, these little ice makers, they're awesome. You should get one. I have a really nice fridge out here in the shop because the ice maker is garbage. Does not work at all. And it freezes up inside the unit and all that. So um, we actually got a refund on it. So I need the little ice maker over here. But it's a nice fridge for the shop now. Won't work in the house. Forgot that I had something else in here first. Whew. That's tart. Okay. Now I can get into the main shop and get to business. It's about $100. It's about $100. Wonderful little ice maker. It just works its little heart out. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. I just got done recording for Code Yellow's podcast. Code Yellow did a show just now. I'm a little later than normal. And I has to get power on my phone because I'm at 5%. This is how unorganized I am. I don't know why y'all hang out and watch. You're hoping that one day I'll do something cool. Not today. Hello, Linda and Ross and Scott and Thor and Stacy. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. You're plugged in. Pop out chat. Hello? Okay. Hello? For some reason, I'll turn on the volume on the TV. Or else we'll get a weird echo all night. Hello. Test. Hello. Test. Hello. Check, check. Hello. Check. Sound check. My computer sound is going a little crazy. I'm trying to mute my video on the laptop. I'm hitting the button, but nothing is happening. That is the problem. Yeah. Right here's my mute. Mute. It is muted. The mute. It does nothing. Okay, so let's duplicate. Hello, quietness. Hello, quietness. And there's such a delay that I think it's working. You guys are watching me get old. Like earlier, I was okay with technology, and now that's not the case. Like earlier, I was okay with technology, that's not the case. I'm gonna kill all of my windows. Maybe Zoom is having an effect. I'll open them back up. Just YouTube. So I was just in a Zoom meeting, so that was kind of weird. Oh, and I can't hear it anymore. But, because I'm not playing the video. I think I did it. You did nothing today but fix the wife's vacuum. Awesome. Do I think they'll cancel Halloween this year? They cannot cancel Halloween because it's a date. They're like, nope, the 31st is not going to happen. We're just going right to the 1st. Can't happen. Now, will events be drastically changed? It's possible. We'll see. But we don't know yet. There's no point in freaking out right now. Let's live our lives, listen to the experts, and see what happens. You know, that's all we can do is adapt and overcome. Just be ready to adapt with a positive attitude. That's all that we can do. Okay, got it. It does pay to be disorganized sometimes. Yes, my next step, Scott, was going to be to kill in that. And I tried that, but all the sound was happening. And you guys have to hear me. But anyway, yes. Oh, we're set. Now we're good. Now I have to clean off a table spot, get some work done. Because tonight is Grouch night. We're going to do some grouchy stuff. I got a hair at Grouch's head, and I might as well cut out a couple. And you know, I thought, I don't have a pattern for the Grouch, so I thought I would make a pattern tonight for the Grouch mask, which I think that you guys would like to see. Because someone once asked me about pattern making, so earlier today I was putting together hats for grave diggers, because the grave digger continues to be a popular item. Thank you. I'm glad you watched Haunters Hangout last night. Thank you. James Minnick, I'm doing great. 60-hour work week. Yeah, I feel you. I'm there too. I'm technically working very differently, but that's how it goes. Larry Hughes, hello. Well, my favorite holiday is also Halloween. Is there a way to glue a small metal thing into a latex mask? Yes, but not all glue is going to work amazing. I don't know what the thing is. If you can make a mechanical connection, that's better. Um, Small metal things, I don't know what you're talking about, but you could wire it on. A little bit of floral wire would be wonderful to hold it on. Or you could put hot glue around that little metal thing, poke a hole in the mask, and then put a little bit of hot glue there. And on the other side of the mask, push the hot glue out, and you've made a hot glue pop rivet, basically, and you've hot glue pop riveted it on. So I don't know what you're talking about, but hopefully those options give you some ideas. Yes. Thank you, Jamie. Didn't you win something too? Like a lot of my normal viewers, like, hey, they won something at the end of the night. That was cool. All right, so we gotta clean this table off. I guess I don't need it all. Yeah, I'm going to clean it all the way off, which means I'm going to just put this stuff on other tables. It is already 8:30 because I had that other interview to do. So here's what will happen, all right? If I can get done the Grouch stuff that I have to do, in that case, then I will work on the polar bear. So I'm very excited about working on a polar bear. Who wouldn't be? I will probably not do an aluminum foil pattern. I will probably do it on scrap fabric. Happening, Mojo. The red dog-eared mask back there is a copy of the helmet from Bram Stoker's Dracula. I worked on Gravedigger masks today, Larry Hughes. I actually made a pile of Gravedigger hats. If you look right over there on those shelves, that's a bunch of Gravedigger hats. Okay. Very cool. I'm glad that you were able to join. Sometimes it's a little hard to get into Haunters Hangout. Oh, is it? It's not Thursday. It's Friday. It's Friday night, chat. Sorry. Post Grouch, I'll be working on the bear. Yes, that's very true. We got to take care of orders first, though. Actually, first, we have to take care of Mr. Hopp's beverage problem and get himself a soda. I can have one of these this late when the wife is not over here. Today is going to be a Grizzlord day after I get the Grouch done. After I get the Grouch done. Hello, wife. I'm clearing this table for me because I'm going to do some Grouch hair stuff, and I will give you this area right here. Is that good? Good? Yeah, so today will be a polar bear day. I actually just forgot what day it was, and that is why I titled this Shop Work Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah, I did knock out a lot of hats today. I have more to do too. I think I need to just get a stockpile of 10 Gravedigger hats going. Old man glasses, check. Are you clean a table. I'm just going to take this to a different table. Yeah, so tonight, wife, we're going to make a pattern for the Grouch. And we're going to work on the polar after that for a little bit. We'll see how long the Grouch takes. One day, I might have like a whole area of the shop just for hair work and stuff, and I wouldn't have to change out my spaces. But I think as soon as you get a new shop space, you fill it. At least that's how I feel my life is. And honey, the last comment that I actually read was, did you hear me?
Oh, it's Scott Craig, we're all hoping that you would post one extra video this week. Hi, Alan Wave. Can you say that one again about 9 to 5, please?
Oh, okay, 9 to 5 line. I had not read any of those. 9 to 5 pays the bills, 6 to midnight builds the empire. And actually Ezekiel, who's on here quite a bit, he posted that quote on his Facebook wall, and I happened to see it. Normally I don't see anything I'm not tagged in, so it was cool that I saw it, and it really resonated. 9 to 5 pays the bills, 6 to midnight builds the empire. Bella, get out of that room, please. Not, yeah, go ahead, honey, what you got?
We're going to work on any grave digger masks tonight.
Larry Hughes, right?
Okay, yep, okay.
I told him I worked on grave digger hats today. And actually, I work on grave diggers every day because I have to keep pouring them up. That is something where every day I gotta pour at least one grave digger, or I would get behind.
My son is a stylist. He gave me a dozen heads. What glue works best?
What works best? What glue? It depends on what you're trying to glue, but the odds are good. The answer is contact cement. Go out and get yourself some bright green fur.
How did you say that you started out by making burlap masks?
I didn't start out that way, but I went there. There was about 6 or 7 years at Trans World where I was the burlap mask guy. And at that point in time, there's no one else there selling them and making them. So after that, there was kind of, not a flood, but several other companies picked it up, and I was able to move on to other stuff. I didn't mind that at all. I used to do a line of masks called deranged masks. If you look at my YouTube, you can find Deranged Gallery 1 and Deranged Gallery 2, where it's just some pictures of some of the masks I made in that style. But I've made thousands of those.
Now you need to make a station for EVA foam.
I need a room for EVA foam. Yes, that is what I need next. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I gotta grab some fabric.
What are the benefits of burlap masks?
So some of the benefits of the burlap and latex mask is they're easy to make, they're lightweight, they are actually pretty comfortable. and they have a nice scary look. You can really go crazy with the design on them, as much as you can a sculpting, sculpting. I love them. I like them. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
Deranged masks have burlap, right? I love that style.
Deranged masks were many different types of fabric, but yes, burlap was, several of them had burlap.
This is from Mr. Jimmy. Alan, I got your message and resent you my email.
I got it, Mr. Jimmy, and you will get that right away.
I know you said when you started sculpting masks, were masks the first thing you did sculpting clay, or did you start sculpting in general?
First thing I did was clay, but that same year, the first thing I made was like a Bigfoot suit. I sculpted the mask, I sculpted hands that had big hand extensions, and then I sculpted feet for it, for stilts. Now that we know what we're doing today, I think we will bring you guys closer. Come a little bit closer. Wife, you're going to be in the shot, okay?
That's terrible.
Right now, she came in the shop with pants on, so we're good. We're good.
How are the stilt covers coming?
Good. Stilt covers are good. I have a number of projects lined up, obviously. And I keep giving myself more projects, but stilt covers are actually coming along well. So I need to figure out exactly where the fabric needs to go and what I need to do. Let's raise this up onto a bucket.
Do you still make arm extensions, or do you have recommendations on where to buy them?
No one makes them. When I do a costume that requires them, I'll make them. But yes, I still make them. But I don't have a regular line item of extensions right now.
One of them Grouches are mine. Could you please autograph it? Thank you. That's Stanley.
Stanley, I can.
That is your.
And I believe that this right here is your Grouch.
Hello, Hugo. Oops, the show will begin. Silky Studios, and the beat goes on.
Okay.
The sheep Grouch.
There, now Jordan is happy. We've made a sheet ghost. Is Jordan here?
Let's see him.
Oh, shame. Everybody tell him he missed it.
Hugo. Hello, Master Allen, Mrs. Shannon, Mrs. Stacy, Doris, Bella, Cheney, and friends. You missed all the cats, Hugo. How come you didn't say hi to cats? Sleepy dog trying not to fall asleep, so precious. That is, I think they can see Bella. She'll be the first to sleep. You should tell them how, when we leave for the night, how she is.
Oh, every night, the other dogs like, okay, so time. We say time to go home, and then the Boris and Cheney will get up and stretch and come with us, and Bella will stay in bed. She'll stay asleep as long as she possibly can. Like we'll close the door, leave, turn the light out, and then she'll pop out of the door like like hey, I'm coming, I'm coming. She is absolutely always the last one.
She's the sleeper.
She is the sleeper. So I'm making a line right here on the back of the head, and I'm making lines where I want this fabric to kind of go. Basically, I'm putting the fabric in place and I'm making a little dash. And I really think that I'll be able to do this with one piece and then just have a bottom piece.
Needs the Who face mask. Like Cindy the Who. Grouch none. Thanks for the chisel tooth blank. I dig the way he turned out. That's Lockhart. He says now I need a one-off.
Yeah, you made him a redneck. He had a baseball hat, he had a cigarette in his mouth. It's like, okay, Chiseltooth is with his kin.
I'm trying to understand other video for painting masks. Must mix three things: distilled water, latex, liquid, interior latex paint. So which liquid latex I should get? Should I get?
Casting latex. I don't use the word liquid latex because liquid latex is what they have branded for makeup. I use casting latex.
Hello, Richard in England. Lockhart says that he had overalls too.
Okay, so there we go. Now, it's completely clear to you what is happening on this piece of fabric. Maybe not. We're not even sure it's clear to me, but we're going to give it a shot. So this is the headpiece here. It's a horn, goes there. And this is the middle bottom, and this is out here. Remember, this is only half. This is half of the back of the head. Okay, so let's see what this looks like if I cut this out.
DIY headlock.
A DIY headstock is actually pretty easy if you have a stretchy fabric. And Stacy, cover your ears. I often just hot glue them together because the stretchy fabric, when it opens up, actually really takes the hot glue well. Now that line isn't stretchy anymore, so you just do it at the right size. Remember when I started this, I just made a bunch of dots based off of where his facial features were. And we're going to see how we did. The direction I think I need the fur to be going.
I like the way the pups are sharing the back bed.
Yeah, they're kind of sharing. Bella's standing on it.
YouTube is sending me video documents and events that Mr. Allen Hobbs was present and or commanded. I'm very happy. Hugo, you're getting, Hugo's getting suggestions.
Cool.
Is the audio lagging for anyone? Hello, Spastic Puck.
Okay, now see how this hangs right down the back and kind of down the back middle? Exactly what I want. This is half of the back of the head. And if I swing it around here, I have this point goes in here, and so this point goes in here, and this point is going to be right up there, and then this will glue down in here. It looks like I got to take a little V out of that, and this is where the front would connect.
Lisa, these three are, this is 3 siblings. Those are the only dogs we have are these 3 new puppies. We lost our big girl in March of last year, and trying to find pups, and we knew we wanted 2 because it's good for them to have a friend. And then found this. This is accidental litter. There were other puppies in this litter, but these 3 were left, and Alan brought them home. So these are 2 brothers and a sister. And then we have 4 cats.
Porkets.
What is this toothy beast?
This is the Grouch. He is like a Grinch, but he's a Grouch.
You make us laugh at the werewolf man when you were having dinner. Did he get the job? That was so funny. No, he didn't.
He did not.
But it was a moment. I'll say that.
So is this a professional way to make patterns? No. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Is this a professional way to make patterns? No. Is this how Alan Hobbs makes patterns? Yeah. And basically, this is a method that I have developed over time. So onto that right there. So this says so on it. Right here. This is cheek point.
He says, I wonder if the same thing happens to strip club owners at restaurants.
One can hope. All right, so, and I did extend this out a little bit to give myself a little more back of headroom. I'm now going to cut this out. If I were smart, I would have slid this down a little bit. But I'm going to test this one too. So this one is more dialed in than this one. So this one I throw away. If I leave this sitting around, I'll think it's important and I'll save it. It's not important. Isa Garbaggio.
There was a lot of our regular folks on watching Hot Dogs Hangout last night.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's good.
Some of them won some of the prizes at the end.
Yes.
I recognize names.
Yeah.
What's the cloth? Is it cheese cloth?
This is just like t-shirt material. It's like white jersey. It's just white. I want something that's going to behave a little bit like the fur fabric is going to behave. Now this has more stretch than the fur fabric has, but that's okay. I'll make sure to not stretch it. All right, fold on this edge because I know it's half. The fur direction is this way. So, a big advantage that I have, I think, over a lot of people making things is that I don't think. I just kind of do it. But in not thinking, I'm not second guessing myself. I'm not worried if it's going to work or not. Because I know if I do it and it doesn't work, I can fix it. But if I didn't do it because I was thinking about it, paralysis by analysis, then I can't fix it. It just doesn't exist. Let's get some little pokey pins.
Rick Schneider. Hey, Alan and everyone else watching. First time I've been able to catch them live in a while, and I've enjoyed listening to them after the fact in the background while working.
Awesome.
It's going to be like fabric that holds the mask to the face.
It's got a strap on it on the mask already. What this is going to be, this is the cowl for the fur. I'm doing a pattern so that I can know how to cut and apply the fur that this guy has.
Is anybody else here a member on Plonker's Toolbox on Facebook? I overthink and second guess myself a lot, says Rob.
Knock it off.
Rob O'Brien says done is the new black.
Right. Finish is my favorite color. I say that a lot.
Actors must have a ball with that Grouch mask. Are there matching gloves?
Of course. We're going to go up to here with it.
Better to use cheap material first before using more expensive fur.
Indeed.
I'm really sorry if I was bugging you, Alan. The long essays like questions on Messenger. Sculpting and molding can be so intimidating.
Okay, who's that?
Christine Savati.
Not at all. Did I get back to you? Or was I terrible? I apologize if I did not get back to you. Okay, I think this is it. I put this on here, and we're even more dialed in than we were before. I feel like that's pretty good.
You make a chest piece for the Grouch similar to the werewolf?
I don't, but I can always paste the, I can always color the werewolf chest piece green. Because the Grinch has always had just a hair chest.
Hello, Immigration, good evening. When I did marine canvas upholstery, I used painter's plastic to make my cabinets.
Yeah, I've used plastic before. It's real easy for me on painter's plastic or plastic mess up a little bit, and something is folded that I didn't know was folded. I don't like it for that purpose. I like a fabric that's going to act a little more like the fabric I'm using is going to act. A couple darts here in the face. Oh, the dart in my face. Now I switch materials and grab a piece of paper. You know what? No, I'm going to do a full fabric piece.
Hey Alan, I love your channel. I'm a big fan. What are the names of your dogs? They are so cute.
Bella, Boris, and Cheney. Bella is the girl. Boris and Cheney are both boys. And they're all trouble.
Explain the origins and Bella's names or
I don't have to.
not. You don't have to? Okay.
They know who Bella Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and Lon Cheney are.
Hi Alan and Shannon. How do you guys figure out the price for a mask? Do you figure out material costs and time spent?
Pretty much, yes. Yeah, and I've got it pretty simple. I mean, most of the time, a half mask is $75. If I have to turn it into a full head mask, whether it's a sock mask, then it becomes $100. And then if I have to do that with fur, then it becomes $125. If you add horns to it, it's another $25. So basically, a lot of mine are set up to where it's a full mask, it has horns, it has hair, and that's boom, boom, boom. That changes the price. Because I know how long it takes me to do those things. Yeah, and that's just experience of I know how long things take me.
Did you give the crazy werewolf man at the restaurant the job?
No, I did not.
Christine says it was the cat sculpture. You didn't, but that's okay. I know you were super busy and had a million people contact you. I was worried I was in
No, not at all. Is it something that you could ask here?
No one knows the Dracula mask turns. Turned toward the camera by itself. That's awesome. Have you ever considered making CDC approved pimped out masks Stilton style?
I'm actually already working on it. One of the things that I did today was I made a form that I can sculpt masks that fit over N95 masks. There's always a chance that haunted houses will not be allowed to open unless the actors are wearing N95 masks. If that is the case, then I want to be able to help. I did it again. Not that you guys can see a lot, because it's white on white.
I wish I could get as comfortable as that dog looks. She does look comfortable.
Yeah, that's they're good at being comfortable. If they have a skill set, it's being comfortable.
Christine says it is a sculpture of a kitten on its back in a playful position. I'm worried the legs up in the air will get locked in the mold. Molded in silicone, casting, and the rest.
No, you're probably going to be fine. What a lot of people do is they cast in like a translucent silicone, and they'll razor blade down to the leg. So that way they've got a way to pull it out and around. I have a couple silicone molds that I have done that with. It's really not that bad. You'll be fine. You can make the mold clear with a clear silicone. Don't tint your silicone, so you can still see the sculpture inside of it. And Silicone is very tough, and as long as you cut to it, you should be fine. That's my pattern for the back.
I only see two dogs. Is the cone of shame off the third?
The cone of shame is off of the third.
Jonesy.
One of the ones you see is Bella.
Jones.
She was the one in the cone of shame. Basically, one morning she had threw the cone yesterday morning, and she ate it. And she ate all the plastic loops that we used to hold it onto her head. So she hacked the system. We could no longer attach it to her. We were supposed to keep it on her 10 days. We got 8. I feel good about myself.
Yeah. No, I actually already made a bunch of masks for COVID-19. I'd like to email you to get your thoughts. See your pictures. I'm setting up an Etsy store this week.
Do it. Do it.
Stacy, oh.
I have 12 designs that I'm working on.
She ate the cone. The duck was enough. Yes, you're right.
And there is a style of Italian theater mask that I really enjoy, and that is something that I've kind of taken to heart in my design of these masks that I'm. I need to be a little bit more down the design path before I show folks, because there's a lot to consider with this.
Christine says, okay, thanks. Sent you a picture in my message just to be sure. Back legs are bent and 90 degrees.
And please resend your message. I hate to say that. I hate to be that person, but it bumps it to the top of the pile.
Nobody geeks. Yeah, these puppies are only 6 months old, and they are in the stage of life in which everything is adventure and absolutely everything goes in their mouth. And now they are playing with the cone and they just destroy it. No, big dog, I'm not watching cat videos. But I do end up getting a lot of messages on the side that I have to handle while this is going on. I'm not watching cat videos. I have a cat in my arms, though. Does that count?
You're making cat videos.
I have a cat. Jonesy has come to join us, so yeah. Yeah, we only had to put our dog in a cone once, but she couldn't walk with it on because she only had one front leg and it would get in the way of popping. Oh.
I would keep the cone and just put it on the dog whenever she's bad to punish her. That's like if you have a blind dog, the best way to punish them is to rearrange your furniture.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah, I'm moving the couch.
Close the door, okay? Mosquitoes out.
Yeah. Did not know it was open. I have some loose weather stripping here I've got to address.
Well, no? Okay. Choose.
These scissors suck. I'm getting different scissors. I don't like anything that makes my life harder.
This cat. Get around. Choose.
Okay. So what did I do with the scissors that annoy me? I left them right here. I'll probably end up putting them right back in that drawer.
Would it be awful to ask for the phone notification volume to be turned down?
Huh?
your phone notifications are on and it's blasting people's ears.
Oh, yeah, that's from Zoom. Sorry. That should do it.
You,
Was I getting a lot of notifications?
yeah, you are apparently, and it's blasting your earbuds.
Well, serves them right.
Do flash crackers actually make sparks? You can't really tell from the videos. I've never seen one up close.
They do. They make a flash. They make a flashy, flashy flash. Do they shoot sparks out of them? No, not really. Would I surround it by loose hay? No, I would not.
I used an inflatable doggy donut instead, and she loved it. It was just a semi-permanent pillow to her. Will paper clay stick to Barbie heads?
Not very well. If you give the Barbie head some tooth so it has a little grip, it does a lot better. Or just paint the Barbie head in contact cement, because the paper clay has a better tooth on the contact cement.
Stacy says you do have dispensation for this to use the fabric scissors. It is fabric.
No, I ain't touching them. Bad things could occur.
My beagle was determined to sniff with her coat on, and up tripping himself and falling over. Oh, beagles are great dogs.
This is like a dainty fabric that I don't like fabric like that. This is a very soft and bendy fabric. It's not how I roll. Okay. Just cut a couple more wedges, man. Gotta cut a couple more wedges. Then we do it in then we do it in fur. We try that on, and then we pattern the front, the face. And this, I'm doing it this way because obviously this is a half mask. And to make it a whole mask, what I've done in the past is mounted it to an EVA foam helmet. But I want to keep the cost down. So by having the fur hood, that will help.
Have you ever made body casts, such as with plastic wrap, duct tape, and other methods for a personalized mannequin?
Yeah, I got live videos on it. My mannequin that I have right behind me here is made that exact same way. Packing tape. Do not use duct tape. Use packing tape. And then this is filled with Home Depot foam. The fence post foam. That's what this whole body is right here. There's a head. There's arms. It's a set.
Think about a jagged edge around the bottom to blend it.
This is a long pile fur. You don't really need a jagged edge as long as you have an edge that is not straight. Meaning, as long as it's swooping down this way. I always point in the front and I point in the back. A straight across, that's pretty visible, but this is plenty for this fabric. Fur is a pet peeve of mine when it's done incorrectly.
What is your take on printers?
I don't know a lot about 3D printers. I haven't done it. I know that printing anything big on them takes a long time, and I'm not a patient man. So I haven't really gotten into that world.
Hello, Hello, Jordan Easel. So
Jordan, you missed it earlier. We made a sheet ghost. We got done with the sheet ghost. Wish you were here. I'm so glad the houndos are asleep. Because they love when the big rolls of fur come out. I think we have to get a moderator to check out Monkey Visual Arts. They may be a bot of some kind.
Yeah, Stacy's on it.
Yeah. Because they just keep putting their name, I think. I don't understand.
I love to transfer my patterns I make onto super stiff interface, and it makes it easy to trace the next time.
Yeah, I have a stiff cardboard that I put them on, a cardboard roll, but this is the first time, I'm not committing this pattern yet, because I'm going to see how this does, and if this does great, then this will get transferred to the stiff cardboard stuff that I use.
How many things of HD foam did it take for the mannequin?
6.
The dog ate a plastic cone. My sister's new 2-year-old husky completely destroyed and ate part of an entire leather couch.
Nice.
So for the fabric, I watched this guy that says, never be afraid to change something just because you have time in the project. Just saying. That's Linda Forrest. She likes to call you.
What did I do that she doesn't like? Yeah, just there's no point in transferring this to cardboard until I know that it works. Once I know it works, then it becomes a streamlined system, and I will transfer it to cardboard. So that anybody who comes and helps in my shop, I can say, okay, trace out the Grouch pattern and make me a Grouch cowl. And they'll be able to. All right. Now grab a razor blade and cut this out. This one is dull. But there's 4 corners to it. Let's see if one of these other corners are better. That should be sharper. Oh, yes. Wonderful.
Brandon D. At least Shannon. Shannon has her OSHA approved footwear.
Yeah, I'm wearing flip-flops in the shop.
Right. Brandon, I wear tactical boots every day.
She does.
I do. I don't. They are my shoe of choice Women go crazy buying shoes. I buy tack boots. What are you making tonight, Alan?
We're going to fur a grout, then we'll work on the polar bear.
Thank you, Christy.
What'd she say?
She says women who wear boots are badass. I wear tack boots. Bill, I'm pretty excited about the polar bear.
Me too.
It's gonna be pretty with that white fur.
Looked at a lot of pictures of them. And you know what? I'm so glad I took the ears off because polar bear ears are they're smaller and they're low on their head. They're very much down lower. So would have been a wildly inaccurate polar bear if we had done the ears the same way as the grizzly, which is what my main styling was. Most of my face has some grizzly elements.
Alan, what is the name of the carpet cutter again?
This is a Roberts carpet, and it holds Persona carpet blades. And you guys can see it's just going through this fur like a laser.
My font is in a sand pit. I live in boots too, Shannon. High five.
Who said that?
Christine. Big Dog is now singing these boots are made for walking.
No, they're not. She ain't walking nowhere. Unless she wants to.
I had a dream about a grizzly war pig last night with massive tusks.
I do want to make a boar mask. It's on my list.
Try not to make a green polar bear by mistake.
That would be terrible.
Toxic Avenger green polar bear.
Okay, this is definitely going to work.
Looking like a mullet. Alan, I understand the utility of a folding table, but have you ever used steel tables like those in Grouch?
I do. I have one right there in the shop, and I've got one over there too. I love them.
I'm gonna get some of those.
And I got one for my wife for Valentine's Day.
My computer station is on a 6-foot folder. Dear, that texture and that green color are perfect.
Thanks.
This is what the Grinch should have been.
Scarier. Okay.
I've been in and out of the stream. Make that hairpiece.
Yes, we just made it.
Can I tell you my fur costume pet peeve? Fur that isn't laid in the right direction. So many folks do.
Oh, yes. And that is why on my pattern piece, I draw the arrows. Every pattern I've got in there for fur, it has arrows that say fur direction on each piece. So, yes. I agree.
Stacy says fur grain is so important. They're costuming against the grain. go from creature with a shape to Angora bunny fluff by laying fur in the wrong direction.
Yes. Now I'm patterning my front piece. I know that this has to match up to this. So that is what I am putting. Okay. So this angle is here. That's going to really help disguise. And this time I just have it folded. This is a much simpler cut.
So today they turned the AC back on outside here in Texas. It's starting to get kind of warm out. Yes, it is, by geeks. It's actually chilly tonight.
It's lovely.
It is lovely. We had the house open all day, but now tonight I finally at one point it's gotten a little chilly, so I actually closed up. It was lovely.
This is all that the front needs to do. It's just this, and it connects to those other pieces on the sides, but this is the front of it.
In some cases, I could see the grain going the wrong way to help an extra motley appearance.
You know what? Just fluff it. Hang on one sec. Let me grab a little.
Okay. Good night, big dog. Bourbon 30. That's awesome. I love that. Bourbon 30. Got you.
Like you want to spray?
No, I'm good. I actually have pepper. I did lay it diagonally on the back of my wearable to give the 3-inch fur volume extra volume. Have you made a pig mask for your haunted house, Emily?
I've made about 10 pig masks in my time. I haven't made one for dark area yet, but it's on my short list, actually.
Yes, big dog, Rocky Boots are. Is 3-inch the longest ply you've seen without upping the price by a factor of 10?
It's 3.5 inches, and that's this right here. Yes, it is shag fur. Now there's some Persian curl or Mongolian curl that actually has a 5-inch pile length, but it just doesn't look good for most costumes. It's a kinkier hair. Okay, no comments there, wife?
Well, there's comments, but they're all talking to each other. I'm talking to you.
Okay. So yeah, right now I'm looking at my fur and I am making sure it's going the right direction. Adding those arrows to my pattern. Tracing the front. Now, I'm going to cut this out and then I'll sew it together. Let's cut. What?
She's busy watching kittens.
She
What
is.
do you use to make the mask look like it's drool?
Okay, so that answer has changed in the last few months. The new answer that I really like is Gorilla Glue caulking clear construction adhesive, because it gets firm, whereas most caulking stays pretty soft. This stuff gets kind of hard, and I like it.
Okay, I see the white pieces are the pattern you were using for the fur.
Yeah, I just made these so because this was easy to drape on the mask and get set up. So I only made those so I could cut it out of fur. And now I'm going to hang on to these patterns, and if this fur goes on well and does well, then I'm in business.
This is the first time in about a year I have had a weekend. Normally I work 6 days a week, and I'm going to try and get some sculpting.
Oh, that's awesome. Who's that?
Michael asked
Yeah, man, get some sculpting done.
me. Best way to make long finger gloves or finger extensions?
Well, I mean, there's the latex tried and true method. That works really well. There's so many ways to do it. A lot of people will just they'll buy a set of latex gloves, cut the fingers off, and glue them onto another set of gloves. Then you have long fingered gloves.
You stepping over a doggo?
The dogs make getting things off of high shelves infinite. Someone has left me with very little black thread on this machine. I will be playing Thread Chicken.
I've seen a sweet 3D printer for articulate fingers that are to drool over.
Oh, Gary Fay. Yeah, his stuff is amazing. Yep, they're wonderful. He 3D prints them and puts them together. But there's a skinning issue because they have such great articulation, you can't keep up. The movement, anytime you put a skin over it, you lose a lot of that movement. Okay, bottom bobbin. Why are you?
Stacy says there's green thread over there for the creature if you want it.
No, we use black thread around here, young lady. I don't know how they do it up in Plano, but. Help me, help me.
Stacy says that's why I stuck green thread in the shop. So there's some seriously crashed pups you have there,
Oh yeah, their batteries are recharging.
which is a terrible thing.
Right.
When we come in here to work each night, they fall asleep, which means that about 10:30, 11 o'clock, they are up. And they are nuts.
But the nature of this is that no one will see that thread anyway.
They run outside all day. Doggos.
Oh yeah.
They have, Scott, they have full access to the property, which is acres and trees and adventure dogs.
If you don't know how to sew and you want to make things, learn. Because there isn't a skill more valuable than sewing, I don't think, as far as making things.
Brandon F.
Why are you not being, oh, because that cleared my bobbin.
Stacy says playing some serious thread chicken there. It looks like.
Oh yeah, I'm empty here. My bobbin just emptied on this guy, but it got me through all of it. Hallelujah. And now I got to rewind a bobbin, and I don't have enough thread here for that. I probably have enough thread on this other piece.
Stacy says there's some pre-wound over here.
There is. Wife, can you find some? Find me a pre-wound black bobbin.
Stacy?
I don't think Shannon knows what a bobbin looks like.
Shannon does know what a bobbin looks like. I just don't know where she has them. I hate digging through people's stuff.
Technically, it's our stuff, wife.
Ah! I found them.
Good job, wife. Now I have a.
Here's a black, here's white. I'll leave this here for you.
Okay. Where's the black one?
Right here.
That's green. That's green.
It is green. She said she had a green bobbin in here. There's white.
I don't want white, but it's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll take my empty bobbin. Come on, wind a bobbin. Because there's only enough thread on here to wind a bobbin anyway. So I might as well do it. Hey, wife,
Yes.
could you look over on that table and see if my glasses are sitting there? Are you laughing at me?
No, I was laughing at something I thought of earlier that made me laugh. On this table?
Yeah, that's my hope.
Not, you're gonna have to put it in mine.
This is not going well at all. Yep, I got about a third of a bobbin out of that, maybe.
And the glass is there. sure you had some in here?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll go do that now. Let me find my glasses. God. I have them. Found them.
Woo-hoo! Way to
Okay.
go, you.
Now I got a thing. Grab a thing of black thread. I will use green thread so that Stacy doesn't twitch.
Quite sure I'm behind now. Any idea how to make fake fingernails with giant jar filled with fingernails? I'm not sure what you're saying, Brandon.
Yeah, milk jug. Milk jug. Most milk jugs make great fake fingernails.
Can't wait for the grave digger. I just purchased a 1970 M&M purse. It will be a perfect match. That's Larry Hughes.
M&M, Meteor, and I'm not up on my Hearst lingo.
Learning to sew more intricate things. I'm working on a historical Victorian outfit.
Well, now.
I've got a Singer machine. I need to get set up. Been a little hesitant.
You know what? This is the equivalent of the airbrush because this is the equivalent of the airbrush because there's a piece of machinery in between you and your art. This is art, and you have a machine that you have to make work to do it. And just like an airbrush, it has dials and knobs. Anybody who can sew can airbrush because you have to come to this understanding with this machine to make it work. And it's a neat part of the process.
My mother-in-law gifted a sewing machine to me as a wedding gift. It's still in the box 24 years later. I guess it's never too late to learn.
It isn't too late to learn.
Call Rod. He will come sew it for you.
Oh, listen now. Was that Big Dog?
That was Michael Lassiter.
That's the closest I've ever come to killing Rod in the shop. On camera, anyway.
Stacy says, fortunately for me, this is his machine. If it gets bored, it's on him, Linda says. But then he put Rob in front of the machine, and it wasn't pretty.
No, well, Rob said he could sew. And it turns out he could not sew. And I understand sewing machines are different. Maybe you could sew on one machine a while ago. I understand that. Budamus. I'm gonna cut these threads off while I'm working on it.
Larry Hughes says, Miller Meteor.
Miller Meteor.
Alan, will you be streaming it all this weekend?
Yeah, I'm sure I will. Yes, I will. Tomorrow I'm going to really focus down and get orders out the door. I should be able to get 3 or 4 grave diggers ready. Yes, Larry, you'll be in that grouping. And because yours has a different flesh paint, I will probably do it live tomorrow.
Dollar General has cheap fingernails in shape or in file or clipboard. I was, I didn't see that video, Stacy says. I could have been in the shop, otherwise Rob wouldn't have been on the machine.
That's right.
Shouldn't have been in the shop. Lucky said, good night, Lucky.
Good night, Lucky. Hopefully, that's all the sewing I have to do tonight. 2 empty spools of thread from sewing about 12 linear inches of stitches. They're all seeing me not paying attention to them and holding that cat. She's not reading comments right now. We could have Captain Angry Religion on right now and she wouldn't even know. And we're not going to dry fit it because I think we've done that. We're just going to do it.
Holding kitties makes reading better. Everyone knows that. It's true, Rob. Thank you.
Whose side are you on, Rob?
He's on my side.
Whose side? Are you
Stacy and teacher schools. He's on the kitty side. Is that Larange? Yes, Stacy, that's Jonesy. He has become quite the shop cat lately.
What's important is I don't get an excess of glue on the fur. You want to get just the right amount of glue on the fur.
Oh. Stacy says, you let me pet him last time I was out. Personal victory. Yeah, he's kind of thawed out. And you guys, Stacy, you should see him with the puppies. They've become buddies. Which surprises me. Linda says that she misses Doyle.
Doyle is the international cat of mystery, and he is the Indiana Jones of cats. He spends a lot of time running around out in the wild, more so than most of our cats. Most of our cats are like, wow, couches are awesome, and Doyle is like, I want the woods and a river.
Fully immersive cat video. If there's a dog or a cat in the room, I would stop and pet it. What kind of paint would you use on fabric and costumes?
I would use fabric paint. It's a thing. It's a good thing.
Mr. Grouch.
That's right. Very different.
Did you guys see Shane belly up like a dead fish? Didn't see.
So that was cool tonight. You guys got to see a pattern being made. That was nice. I'm happy I have the pattern. In all honesty, the one I have for Wolfman would work for this. I just have to do a little bit of cutting and tweaking. Alexa, count down 15 minutes. But
15 minutes. Start now.
it's easier if I don't have to do that. Especially as we get closer to the holidays, when I think if some haunts can't open for October, then I think they might try to make it up by opening during the holidays. In which case, they would want some big green monsters. Okay, so this is working. Let's start with the polar bear. Now this first one, I will not make the ears, I won't make the mouth open and close. It'll just be a straight mask. That'll help keep the cost down too.
Hi all, I looked for Ellen last night on Hunter's Hangout, but I didn't see the live feed about masks.
It was there.
Is that just contact cement?
Yeah, that's just contact cement that's on there now.
Hello, Kirkland Tire. Alan, can you add alcohol links to color your recipe?
No, because everything else in it is water-based and those are alcohol-based. You have to use, you could use a non-alcohol-based ink, you use a water-based ink or an acrylic ink. Some calligraphers' inks are acrylic-based inks, and those are water-based. I'm looking for some ears I cut out earlier today. I think I actually cut them out the other day. But regardless, I can just do it here.
Forced perspective when Alan was reading.
Yeah.
Alan, when you drain your molds, Alan, when you drain your molds of their latex, Fanny 2.0, I'm waiting for the rest of your question. Hello, Jesse Papa Bear.
What's up, man?
Is it reusable?
Yes, it is. Yeah, you pour it right out of the mold back into the bucket. That looks about right. Polar bears have smaller ears because ears are a way to lose heat, and they don't want to lose a lot of body heat. And their ears are pretty low on the head, and that makes their head out like this. And yeah, feel good about that ear. Feels so good about that ear. Go make another one. Now, am I making a biologically accurate polar bear? No. Is it going to be white and 9 feet tall? And people will know it's a polar bear? Yeah.
Placed my order with Biddy Mold Supply today. It was cool to talk to the guy in the videos. Even cooler to hear him respond when I said Alan Hop sent me. I have great respect in the field.
Mitch is a good guy, and he, I knew him before there was a Biddy Mold Supply. He and I did a head cast with someone together. That's where we want those to be. Wonderful. I'm going to dish shape these so that they are the kind of more the right shape. You know what? And then I got a pattern again for a polar bear, for a bear head. Maybe that's not the last sewing I'm going to do tonight.
Is it true how he got the name Brick in the Yard?
Are you referring to the explosion? That's a yes or no question. Because that's not necessarily info that I want to give out if he hasn't given it out.
Yes.
Then yeah, it's 100% true. Hammer in the roof and a brick in the yard.
purple paint gun is on sale at Harbor Freight now. Harbor Freight now for $9.99.
Ooh, I should buy a couple. I just bought 3. Okay. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have 8 minutes and 20 seconds left on your 15-minute timer.
Last year on Halloween Tonight, we had haunted and handed over 300 hot dogs and chips in 4 hours.
That's awesome. That's great. Now you must spend hot dogs and chips. How long ago was dinner, wife?
6:30?
I have empty spots.
Is it too late?
Maybe. I probably just didn't eat enough. And I'm just dishing that ear so that ear gets a dish shape to it and stays that way. Okay, it's my ear. These tabs are just to glue it on.
I thought that was the bear growling.
Oh, this is my tummy. Here's my second ear. Looks like a spoon. Oh, those are dry. I'll just hit this a little bit. This head's gonna be way less fun to pattern.
I haven't worn a latex mask since I was a wee boy. Any tips on wearing one for multiple hours?
I like an '80s tennis player headband, a sweatband. I like to wear one of those inside. That really helps. There is a product called Masquerade, which is a little foam insert by for your eyes. Those work wonderfully. I like those. And then, other than that, man, just enjoy being someone else. Okay, so now we have a bear with ears. They're still a little bit up higher than I'd like. I think I want them down a little even lower than that. I'll probably just yeah, that's too high. Has to come up. the heat does a good job of undoing the contact cement.
What is the end goal for
20 more minutes.
tonight? What's the end goal?
Oh, to get the grouch furred. That was the big deal, is to get the grouch furred. And it's already 10 o'clock, so once I get these ears on, I'll probably switch back over to grouch duty and get him knocked out. But I'm giving it time for the glue on the grouch to, it takes a little longer to dry on the fur for some reason. Probably because it absorbs a little bit of it and just tends to hold on to the moisture.
I thought you said that you were not going live today.
That was yesterday. I didn't go live because I was on Haunter's Hangout. I might take Sunday off. But I'll go live tomorrow because I know exactly what I'm working on. I don't want to heat these up because I like the shape of ears. So we'll wait. And if so much has absorbed into the fabric, it's not sticking near the way it should. So I'm just going to reapply on the fabric. Sometimes it absorbs like that. Where you have to be most careful is when you're moving the brush loaded with contact cement over top of the new fur. You don't want a big glob of contact cement dripping down. You want to make sure you paint all the way out to the edges. Because the edge gluing down, that's the most essential.
Are his teeth latex from before?
Yes, they're latex. Teeth were poured up in place. I detest molding teeth separately. Alexa, stop. By the time I get this brushed up again, these will be dry enough to put on, I think. Yep. So it's all about bouncing back and forth between projects.
Alan, I used to make lotus flower air fresheners from felt, and every adhesive I ever bled through or was absorbed. What would you use for felt?
Spray adhesive. Felt is kind of made with spray adhesive. Basically, felt is a lot of, for those who don't know, a lot of little hairs binded together. So spray adhesive, which you spray on lightly, is what I would use. There you go.
Alan, you used to use spray adhesive for this process. Why the change?
For which process?
Is spraying the cement in this case not an option?
Yeah, I don't like spray adhesive for fur-on masks. I might do it for a little bit of hair on the outside, but the body heat of an actor will undo the bond of spray adhesive. Just like you saw me heat with a heat gun and undo the contact cement, same thing happens with your body heat on spray adhesive.
You know, if I did that, my wife would be laughing at me because I would have green furry fingers from the glue and done.
I also will have green gluey fingers. But my wife never laughs at me. She takes me and my feelings very seriously.
I've turned a Pennywise mask I made that I didn't like into a demon with horns.
Awesome. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. That's your prerogative. Sorry. Need a little trim. I can see the back of my head on the shining screen. Got the COVID hair.
What, COVID hair?
Yeah. I think they all opened back up, but I ain't going yet. Unless someone else tests those waters. That's good.
Hey, Alan, I have a question. What can you do when a latex mask dries out? I have masks older than 10 years. I am from the Netherlands, by the way.
I am from what?
The Netherlands.
When they really start drying out, it's a problem. And it's hard to get them back. So if it's a mask you want to keep, it's been around for a while, use Armor All. Armor All for your car. That protects your vinyl dashboard. Armor All is actually a pretty good protectant for latex masks also, and it helps put moisture back into that latex. Or you can treat it like leather and use something, safer, Armor All, that's what I would go with. Because there's leather products that do good, but there's others that do harm, so I wouldn't want to steer you in the wrong direction.
Looks like a panda bear now.
Because it's in the right colors for a panda bear. And it probably will continue to be in those colors for a little while. I'm missing a sprayer.
Water sprayer?
No, a purple sprayer with black for basing out.
You based out that mask for me.
Yeah, with a small airbrush. Ah, found it. The problem with having it away, where you put things away, is that this was 15 inches not away. It was close to being put away, but it wasn't where I was looking for it. It was 15 inches further away. One might say, but they wouldn't be very nice now, would they? Going back to the felt question, I bet hot glue would actually work pretty well if it wasn't too hot and you were able to, use it.
How long on average will a 5-gallon bucket of latex last you?
Oh, I don't even have one 5-gallon bucket going at a time. I always have like more than one 5-gallon bucket going at a time. So one 5-gallon bucket actually won't last that long. Just adding a bit of bulk to this head so that it'll hold the bear. Alexa, count down 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Do you have your references up? Are his ears out of the side too much? May just be my perspective.
No, I don't have them up. On a polar bear, their ears are very much out to the side. I can pull up some references, but their ears are not high up on their head. They're very low.
Can't wait for the blank we ordered. Grandson is so excited. Is this for Sammy? Looks like a good hunchback behind.
That is a inbred that doesn't have his beard.
By Art, you shipped today, and we sent you a tracking number, and we got a few little surprises in there for Sam.
Okay, so this is, now granted, it's a polar bear on white. Look at how out to the side those ears are. They're very on the sides of his head. If you take something across, like the top of his head is actually cut off. You know, that's cut off. There's still more top of the head there, but the ears don't even start till down here at the top of the eye. So my ears are actually a little bit higher, but I have a human skull in there. So my eyes, see how low those ears are? Now see how these are? Pretty close. Not terrible. But yeah, I mean, that was a detail that I tried very hard to memorize. Now, when I do grizzly bears, their ears are going to be very different because grizzly bear ears are up here, and they're more out this way.
I like your video streams. I learned a lot.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Comment, and I will learn a lot from you also. Okay, Jonesy. He hates weird noises. Let that compressor build up a little bit. I am going to base this bear out in black. Even though it's a polar bear, we're going to dry brush it down. I just couldn't live with myself if I did it all white. And no, I gotta do a little bit. He will not get painted tonight. I'll paint him tomorrow, probably. I'll do it live. Okay, we'll let this guy dry.
My favorite paint gun for furniture. It allows me to work in batches.
Good stuff, man. That's a good gun.
Is,
Alexa, stop.
is the paint you're using a mixture?
Yes, that is my 1/3 cast latex, 1/3 distilled water, and 1/3 latex house paint from Home Depot. The house paint from Home Depot adds all of the color to the mix, as latex dries clear and distilled water is clear, unless you live in Flint, Michigan. And then, yeah,
With different shaped gears, I think the bear would make a cool key.
yeah. You know what? I was actually looking at it to see if I can do like a mega werewolf out of it at some point in time. I might try the werewolf ears on it at some point. There. See, now this is doing exactly what I want it to do, which is sticking. Okay, having this pattern done is very helpful for all future grouches.
How much PSI are you running through the paint?
It comes out of the gun at 80, and I think it had it regulated down, but only regulated down to 60.
The Grouch, the newer sculpt?
Yes, it was new for. Did I do it this Christmas, honey, or did I have it for March?
No, we did it for Christmas, but we sold it for Christmas. Remember Psycho Ashtray Club?
That's right. Okay, so I did it around Christmas time.
Andy was in a Christmas show.
No, I had to build one up. I had to build them up. Those were clown sculpts.
That's right. Well, Psycho bought this one in December. I'm always excited to see how Alan will put the hair down. We'll let you know the style of the
And now this guy's going to get paint that fills this in. It's going to get some more hair work on it actually. This is what I had to make sure it worked tonight. I think it does. Now that is a good base for me to do the hair work and stuff on.
Thanks to you, I started building and creating a lot of creepy things. I'm building an art studio out back. My neighbors tell me if they didn't know me, they would be very scared.
Good. My neighbors know me. I don't think they're too short as of right now. Oh, that's nice. Contact adhesive, it gets a stronger bond with contact. So you see me going in there and just rubbing those two pieces together. I'm putting pressure on, I'm putting a little bit of weight. That works for me. I'm gonna take this off. It's a little bit fumy in here. But we did that tonight. This guy didn't have any hair. We patterned the cowl, cut it out, glued it on, and I'm going to add more hair around the edges here, green hair that I have, because this gets haired, so it comes kind of straight up. And then we'll style, and I'll airbrush this to match the suit a little better. But this is Grouch mask.
Will you augment the little sculpted tuck at the top?
I'm actually gonna put hair all around it. Yes, that'll have hair. It gets this kind of hair. That
Your 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 mix. Like there's a 1 200 HX 200.
I buy Bitty Mold Supplies mask making latex, and that's what I use. RD407, any good casting latex will be fine. Preferably whatever you casted the masks out of.
What do you airbrush it with?
Inks. This is from here on out. That guy just gets alcohol-based inks. That's all he'll get from here on out. Any other questions there, wife? All right, then I'm going to end the cast for tonight. We got the polar bear ears on. We got the head based out. We got the Grouch's fur cowl made. And he'll be wrapped up tomorrow. So probably this Grouch will ship Monday. And yeah, happy times. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. It just popped up. Laura Kirchhoff, you're awesome. You're awesome. Or really awesome. I know which side the camera was on. You're awesome. Look at my fuzzy finger. The fuzzy finger of doom. And you guys are great. I'll be on live tomorrow. Go make stuff.